Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Crafty Author. My name is Anissa, and today we are going to be making an adorable needle book to store your extra needles and pins and thread and scissors when you're taking it with you on the go, or if you're going to be watching TV as you sew down your quilt binding by hand or whatever you're going to use it for. So we're going to get started. I'm going to show you one that I've already made, and then I'm going to show you how to make your own. All right, so for those of you who don't know what a needle book is, this is what it looks like. It was tied really pretty, but I untied it. It stores like extra thread and scissors and needles and pins for when you're going on a retreat, or you're just taking this with you. If you're going to work on a project, you can just throw this in your purse and you'll have everything there that you need. I especially like it so that when I am doing hand sewing binding on a quilt, I can just take this upstairs with me while I watch TV, and everything I need is right there. You can also put your clips in, your Wonder clips or the Clover clips on here. You could clip them right here. You can do whatever. There are lots of different variations of these, and I just did this one. This is kind of a rough draft. It's kind of a mess. I was doing it for this tutorial, but I'm going to show you how to do this and make it where it's nice and finished and really pretty. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm working with 2 pieces from a layer cake that I have left over. You can use scraps, you can use whatever you want, but these are what I'm going to use. So I'm going to use this really pretty print that I have. It's a Riley Blake print, and this is just a solid, also Riley Blake. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 pieces together, and I'm going to cut them 5 by 8. So that would be the measurement for what I'm doing. You are welcome to use whatever size you would like. There are some that are big, there are some that are small. So, like I said, it really does not matter. And I just want to make sure that this is going to be 8 inches. Always count twice, cut once, remember. So the 12 looks good to me. Okay. Some extra pieces that we can use. All right, so you want to keep your little scraps that you cut off, because you can use them for different things like pockets and that sort of stuff. Put those there. This is also a really good time to use embellishments if you have them. I have these little strips that I've had for years that I'm going to use to tie the little book. Okay, you can use them to sew on as, you know, as decoration. You can do it however you would like. It's your little book. You're also going to need a piece of batting, and so this is a good time to use up some scraps that you have, because this is actually a pretty scrappy project. So, I mean, as you can see, I'm not being real precise, and I'm making a huge mess. So there's that. So I'm just going to cut this so that it's the right size for my book. So the next thing you want to do is you want to take your pretty side and you want to match it to your other pretty side. This one doesn't have a pretty side or a bad side, so I'm just going to match it up. I'm going to place them together. You do want to make sure that these are stacked fairly even so that you catch all the layers when you're sewing. You're going to place your batting on top. And then you're going to leave an opening about 3 inches up at the top so that when you, after you sew all the way around, we can turn it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So you can see now I have this opening right here. Okay, that's how we're going to flip it inside out. I'm going to clip the corners because that's going to help it turn better. So I'm just going to take my scissors and clip. Now you don't want to clip your threads, the seam. So you want to be careful when you're clipping. You should have something like that where you took a chunk out. Okay. So now it's time to flip this open. And you can use a chopstick or a pin or anything to help push out these corners that you have. I'm just using my finger for right now. Okay, and now we have the start of our book. So we're going to have to push, we have to seal the top. So we will top stitch that. But now we need to move on to the other part of it. So our book has already been started. We can already fold it. Okay? So I'm just going to pop a little pin in here just to hold this together so that I know that I still need to seal this when I go to top stitch. And we're going to set this aside for now. We're going to set it right here. And we are going to move on to making a pocket. I recommend just cutting it at the longer length and then just measuring it against your book. That way you'll have it, the measurement correct. And I'm just going to use my scissors to cut this because I know that that's right. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to just sew a little bit and just tuck this in just to save the raw edge. So I'm just going to fold this raw edge right here and just stitch it down. I'll be right back. So here is what we have so far. I have gone ahead and just put our pocket down here. This is where we're going to make our pocket. And then I cut another piece to fit in here. This will just be a book page, and you can put pins in this if you would like. And I've gone ahead and attached the string. So as you can see, everything is pinned. So I'm just going to show you here real quick what I've done. So, and I went ahead and put our string that we're going to tie underneath that pocket so that we don't lose, or so that we have that in there and that it's hidden, because we don't want to be seeing that. And then this piece here that I just cut to fit inside. It's just a little extra. It's just a little book page. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to make a needle holder. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to sew down the long side, both of the long sides. And then I'm going to flip it, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. All right, so you can see that I have sewn down both the long sides there. And now what I'm going to do is just flip it inside out. Both of the ends, the short ends, are opened. So I have flipped this inside out. And now I'm going to take it over to the iron and I'm going to press it. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this together. All right, so I'm just going to press it really pretty well. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now. and I am going to fold it in and fold it in, and I'm going to make a piece like that. Voila! We probably need to quilt the pockets so that we know where we want our pockets. We can quilt it straight down, or we can just do pockets right here, just lines from here. So from top to bottom, or we can just do it here. I think that I am just going to just quilt the whole thing straight down just to give it some dimension. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a pocket. Oh, I said I was going to start from the top, didn't I? All right. Need to move this pin back. And you can do this however you want. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong reason. It's going to be very difficult for you guys to see this. So I'm going to try. Get you up close. All right, so I went ahead and I made the little pockets. You can see that it's quilting on our little book here. It looks awesome. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to actually put the book together. So this is just sitting in here on its own, this little tan piece, okay? So what I did was I took it and I folded the book in half. So now what we want to do is we want to open it, and we see this line right here. We're just going to sew a straight line down the middle. Now you've got the little spine there. I'm going to have a lot of threads to clip. I can tell you that. So now we have our little book in here. It's free. We can use these little pages for needles or anything else that we have. When we're finished, I'll show you. We're going to go ahead and we're going to top stitch all the way around the book, the whole thing. We're done with the little book. We're done putting it together. Now we can do some fun things with it. And I have these little buttons, and this one has polka dots on it, and it matches this perfectly. You could put lace on here. You could put whatever tickles your fancy for this. I have this yellow polka dot button, but what I'll probably do is I'll sew on these two little buttons just like that, just because I love them. I finished our little needle book. So as you can see, I sewed on the little buttons. I just hand sewed those, and it's all quilted. And I've gone ahead and put some things in here to show you what you can put in your needle book. So there's a place for your thread and a place for your scissors. And then I have put some pins in here, and I've got some of my clips here, and I've got a needle there, and I have a thimble that actually will go way deep down in there. I've got another clip, and I've got on our little flap, I have some more pins. So that is how we do a needle book. So you can either do it that way, or you could do it this way, and you could do it however you want. And so this was a lot of fun to make. I hope you liked our project. Thank you for joining me today on the Crafty Author. If you would like to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also join my personal Facebook group, The Crafty Author. And my blog is craftyauthor.com. And keep on crafting. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.